Didn't you say Fragment 2 was supposed to be right here? Where the heck is it?
Seems like we've run into a slight hindrance. Can I leave this to you, Honorary Knight? Traveler, Paimon, when this is all over, I'm gonna invite you around for a drink of...
Whoa! Stop thinking about Mondstadt's wine and keep your head in the game! You can't be daydreaming about alcohol before a battle!
Huh? Well, all right, just trying to lift our spirits a little. You want to see some photos I took of me and the knights before the expedition, maybe?
Shut up! Can't we please just focus on finding the wolf spirit fragment? We're looking for? What do we do with it?
I once got Boreas to explain to me how he stores his soul inside objects. All I need to do is transfer it to my sword. Just like back at the camp, but this time, you'd best step back a bit, just in case.
So, you're saying you don't know how to love people, and you don't understand human love either.
Why do you laugh?
Sorry, I just think the fact you're ruminating on this is all the proof you need that you have love in your heart. I have a funny feeling that by the time this journey ends, you'll have found your own answer to the question of how to love.
No, you're wrong. There is no redemption at the end of this path. Even if I am stained black with blood, my conscience will remain as white as snow. If pledging allegiance to the Abyss is the only way to sever the injustice of fate, then I shall serve in its name.
Oh, sure enough, this place has been corrupted by Roland's will. Whew. I'm fine. I was prepared for this. It wasn't enough to pose a serious threat. We got here just in time. The fragment hasn't been fully corrupted yet. Assuming we can undo the damage, it should still be usable. Purifying the abyssal corruption would definitely be a safe approach. But that's not the only reason I wanted you to come. Could you try reversing the corruption? Not purifying it, exactly, but separating out the Roland part from the wolf spirit.
So, keep the Roland part intact as well as the wolf spirit part? Why would you want to do that?
Firstly, to test whether it's possible. And secondly, to view Roland's memories. As they say, know thyself, know thy enemy. Understanding our foe is our surest path to defeating him. Let me think. How was it explained to me? Ah, yes. Focus on a single thought within the 1,000 winds. Capture that unique wisp before it blows away. Actually, neither do I.
Sounds like something a certain tone-deaf bard would come up with when he can't think of anything meaningful to say. Wait, don't tell Paimon that's what actually happened.
I thought it might mean something to you. Never mind. I'll explain it in more human terms. Traveler, when you were in Natland, you went fishing for ancient names, correct? If I'm not mistaken, the Night Kingdom was like a river flowing with concepts, and you were trying to capture the concept belonging to a particular ancient name. I'm thinking the same basic principles should apply here.
Okay, but back then, we had a boat and a net. This time, we don't have anything at all.
This wolf spirit fragment is like a puddle compared to the Night Kingdom. No need for a boat. As for a net, this is what I've heard.
Thoughts and emotions are like interwoven threads. They can create a net, or they can create a rope. They can separate love from hatred, and they can bind objects and events together. Thought is the anchor for a being's existence, through which emotions are drawn forth.
Also, we barely know anything about Roland. How are we supposed to use thoughts to anchor him?
Well, maybe you could try this.
What is it? It looks old and tattered.
It's an unsent letter, written by the wolf pup Rostam, Knight of Boreas, from 500 years ago. It was meant for his disciple, the White Knight Roland. After Rostam lost his life in the Abyssal Calamity, Roland left Mondstadt to wander to Vat. Grandmaster Arundelen had wanted to deliver this letter to him. After Rostam lost his life in the Abyssal Calamity, Roland left Mondstadt to wander to Vat. Grandmaster Arundelen had wanted to deliver this letter to him. But trying to track Roland down was like chasing a shadow. He never did find him. And so this letter has been sitting at the Knights of Favonia's headquarters ever since.
Quite the antique then. But how exactly is it supposed to anchor Roland?
Yeah, I'm honestly not sure.
Hey, what happened to Mr. Plans for every contingency? You're just making this up as you go along.
What can I say? Some people like to wait till they've got all their ducks in a row before taking the first step, but I prefer to dive on in and plan as I go. I've been doing it that way for the whole expedition. But anyway, don't they say that poetry and letters were humanity's earliest means of expressing their thoughts? Can't hurt to give it a try, surely. Whoa, it actually worked?
You really are making this up as you go along.
So the assimilation of souls really can be reversed, just like he said.
If what you say is true, the monsters I've slain, the justice I have sought to uphold, for mortals to escape this tragic fate, there's only one path. A great and ancient kingdom was wrongfully cursed, turning its inhabitants into monsters! The code of chivalry tolerates not such injustice. If Abyss be thy name, I pledge to you my loyalty.
And that is where the blood-stained knight's tale came to an end. With that, he bade his humanity farewell. I dare say you must find it quite ironic, Knight of Boreas.
That I? Dainsleif? No. He bore a striking resemblance, but that wasn't him. While we gazed into the past, he was gazing right back at us. Could it be? So that's what happened. After leaving Mondstadt and wandering the land, Roland ventured underground and saw a revelation from the visionary. Once he had learned of Conria's fate, he saw the gods' judgment as the greatest injustice. So he surrendered himself to the Abyss. Giving them his knowledge, his power, his everything. That's why the Abyss can replicate him.
Uh-oh. Does this mean we have to take on the Visionary this time?
I'm inclined to agree. If our enemy could see the future, both the Wild Hunt and Roland would be acting with far more lethal precision. But even without the Visionary's input, Roland still has an intel advantage we can't afford to underestimate. Every minion of the Wild Hunt serves as Roland's eyes and ears. We need to think one step ahead if we want to outmaneuver him. And on that note, I have a plan I want to discuss with you. Well, the fewer people who know, the less likely it is to get leaked. Besides, it wasn't a fully formed plan back then. That about covers it. Sorry to ask so much of you again. No plan is free of risks. At least this one actually gives us a shot at fully eliminating the danger posed by this ancient god. Surely that's got to make the risk worth taking. If I fail, Anselm and Albedo can take the reins. Not to mention we still have Jean and Mondstadt. If I fail, Anselm and Albedo can take the reins. Not to mention we still have Jean and Mondstadt.
Oh, there has to be another way! Like a backup plan?
If only there were. But I don't think our enemy will give us enough time to find one.
Hey! Are you guys done here yet?
Ah, Yehoda! Yes, we've successfully retrieved the Wolf Spirit fragment here. Any progress with Fragment 3?
Nope. It's a total disaster! More Wild Hunt monsters than I've seen in my whole life! We need backup urgently! Come quick!
Come on, we're out of time. You'll just have to trust me on this one. What can I say? I'm not the Grand Master for nothing. I'm counting on you, Honorary Knight. Fill me in. What's the situation?
We ran into resistance almost as soon as we set off. Albedo said we should split into 2 teams and continue searching while he and the others kept the Wild Hunt occupied.
Good call. Locating the wolf spirit fragment is our key objective. I would have made the same decision.
Well, it seems the enemy figured as much too. Now, both search teams are in big trouble. Oh, I brought a map. This should make things clearer. Before we ran into trouble, this is the search area we decided on. The two teams are holed up here and here. They should have a clear idea of the fragment's location by now.
But the Wild Hunt is stopping them from relaying messages back, right? Do we have any more troops available to provide backup?
We can't spare troops from any of the fronts right now. That just leaves us with,
The logistics company is standing by.
Hanefa!
Designated drop point reached. Initiating situation report. The logistics company was assisting Aino with the production of the strategic reserve, but after learning of the situation on the front line, they requested to be dispatched immediately. They are currently nearby awaiting orders.
Amazing. Just in the nick of time.
Hey, seeing as you can fly and all, shouldn't you be the one out here delivering messages?
I regret to say that without the workshop's catapult, and with my short-distance propulsion module on cooldown, I will only be able to return to the battlefield after another 5 minutes. Please, keep up the good work, Yehoda. The logistics company has very limited provisions, only enough for a single battle. Which team should they support?
Both. Once one team has been rescued, the remaining forces will be free to support the other. We'll move out immediately. Yehoda, keep up the good work with the comms.
Sure thing.
Something's not right. The Wild Hunt's offensive doesn't seem to be getting any weaker as the battle goes on. Are they getting reinforcements from somewhere? Don't get dragged into the enemy's rhythm. Logistics company, scout out the area. Look for terrain we can use to our advantage.
Yes, sir! Reporting in, sir. We've identified viable sites for deploying explosives.
Good. Wait for my signal.
Logistics company, deploy!
Grandmaster! Honorary Knight! Thank goodness you're here.
Be careful. There's no end to these monsters. However many we kill, more keep coming.
Just as I thought. Well, they're about to get a shock to the system. We'll wipe them out faster than they can replenish their numbers. We just have to hold on until the logistics company is ready. Is that the signal to say they're ready? It's showtime! Fall back!
Yes, sir.
Huh? Ready? Fire! The enemy has sustained heavy casualties. Should be a while before they're strong enough to pose a real threat again. Use this time to catch your breath and fill me in on everything you've learned.
Yes, sir. We've narrowed down the search area for the final fragment to this zone here.
That's not exactly very narrow.
We split the search area between us and the Retniki. Maybe they'll be able to narrow it down further?
Either way, I was about to go lend them a hand next anyway. Do you think you guys can keep up?
Absolutely. Good to go, Grandmaster.
We've run right through our supplies. We'll stay here and deal with any wild hunt that tries to stage a comeback. Now that they've lost their numerical advantage, they're no match for us. Focus on supporting the other team.
Ugh, looks like the same situation here. They just keep coming, wave after wave.
Reinforcements. Hey, you keep them busy while we work on getting rid of this god-awful mist.
Understood. Everyone got that? It's up to us to hold them off.
Yes, sir!
Hey, they're running out of speed. Now's your chance.
Affirmative. Sorry to keep you waiting.
That's their source. It was hidden in the mist. If we destroy that, the Wild Hunt won't be able to summon any more reinforcements.
Knights of Pavonius, charge!
Up the ante! Ooh, I'm glad that's finally over.
Brave knights, on behalf of the Lightkeepers, I thank you for your assistance.
There's no need to be so formal. When it comes to the Abyss, we're all in this together. Now, please tell me everything you've learned.
Very well. We've narrowed down the search area for the final fragment to this zone here.
Yes! Now it feels like we're finally closing in on our target.
I'll say. We're sure to face fierce resistance from the Wild Hunt, though. Is everyone willing to keep fighting with us?
It would be our pleasure, Mr. Varka.
Much obliged. All right, the target is just up ahead. Move out! The hiding in the mist trick again. These guys must be easily amused. You all know the drill. The Knights of Favonius will engage the enemy while the Lightkeepers dispel the mist. Everyone, follow my signals.
Yes, sir!
The hiding in the mist trick again. These guys must be easily amused. You all know the drill. The Knights of Favonius will engage the enemy while the Lightkeepers dispel the mist. Everyone, follow my signals.
Yes, sir!
Lightkeepers, prepare to dispel the mist.
Knights of Favonius, charge! Up the ante! Time to counterattack! Off the ante! Rally to the Grandmaster! Charge! Thunder!
Ugh, this Wild Hunt doesn't know when to give up. Traveler!
Mr. Varka, leave this to us.
Just like last time. Only a Knight of Boreas can deal with a wolf spirit, right?
Don't underestimate us, Grandmaster. We can hold our own.
Ha! That's the spirit. Stay on your toes and make the Knights of Favonius proud. Either we all march back to Mondstadt together, or no one does. The final fragment is right there. Don't let me down.
It seems you have collected them all, Knight of Boreas.
Yeah, and with no corrupted fragments or ambushes along the way. I have to commend your chivalry, Sir Roland.
A true knight does not resort to underhanded tactics. Were this body not a false one created by the Wild Hunt, nor would I countenance those monsters to taint our duel with their presence. If you need a moment to rest, take it. Victory will be mine, regardless of whether the path to it is the one I would wish for.
Save your breath. If you want to fight, let's fight!
As you wish. Then let us settle our unfinished duel, here and now.
Is everyone all right?
My granny fights better than these rookies. It's Egbert I'm worried about. You still alive? My granny fights better than these rookies. It's Egbert I'm worried about. You still alive?
For a moment there, I thought I might never taste the sweet wine of Mondstadt again.
Hey, stay put, you guys. Leave the rest to us.
Forget us. We can take care of ourselves.
You're the only one still standing. Honorary Knight, find the Grand Master.
We can't lose our Varka! Please! You have to find him!
You're holding back, Knight of Boreas. I can tell you do not wish to strike me down. This duel does no justice to the way of chivalry. I wield the power of a god, while you dare not swing your sword with true intent. If you continue on this path, you will die. Your plan is doomed to fail. How can a helpless lamb hope to tame the heart of a wolf, when the wolf has seen through the lamb's plan?
You're on to me already, huh?
Andreas's question, Boreas's answer, the means to bear a soul. I knew it all 500 years ago. Though the false path may be wide and welcoming, only destruction lies at its end. It is time to crush your futile hope! It's over. Your sword lies shattered. The wolf spirit and the thoughts you blindly placed your faith in have nowhere left to dwell. Join me, and pledge your allegiance to the Abyss, Knight of Boreas. One day you will understand that the only righteous path for those of true virtue is the path of darkest truths.
For the next part, it's over to you. Outlander who caught the wind. The sword is unbroken, but I can't sense the wolf spirit. Looks like I'm no longer in reality. This must be a space built from the entangled consciousnesses of Boreas and Roland. There's no way back, and all that lies ahead is the wolf's maw. Huh. Guess the only way is through. A Favonius sword? Who left this here?
Lonely warrior, take me to see him.
No matter the epoch, the world is awash with corruption and injustice. I have aided the oppressed and righted many wrongs. I have slain sinners and delinquents. I have slaughtered tyrants and demons. But however mighty one's blade, before the great injustice of fate, a mere mortal can but bow their head. There is only one way to save them.
Who are you really trying to convince? On me! Is this the fairest shadow? It doesn't look like an imitation.
The title of Boreas must find an heir.
The scent that reeks of blood appears to be getting stronger. Looks like I can just jump right over these obstacles. On me! Try to keep up! Try to keep up!
is awash with corruption and injustice. Even the most fearless hero cannot fight what fate has ordained. And even the holiest god cannot escape the shackles that bind them. Lupus Majoris, if you still harbor love for humanity, then you must surely know. There has only ever been one way to save them from injustice.
Surrender to the abyss.
Malicious lies! Just a flesh wound. Stormwind! On me! Maria sweeping in! Maria sweeping in! Huh? My old friend.
This is not where your path ends. You must continue on.
This wind feels less than welcoming. I'd better take shelter. On me. I can't hide from it!
You must deliver it.
Your path cannot end here.
You draw near to the heart of the wolf.
If you had an army of 10,000 men, in the end, you must face this fight alone. Lonely warrior, step forward.
On me. On me! Is this the heart of the wolf? Roland!
After countless bloody battles, trials, tribulations, and hardships, I, with my mortal flesh and blade, attained power to rival that of the gods. But you know better than I that a mortal's prime is fleeting. In 5 years, maybe 10, age will snatch your strength. The power you take such pride in will fade to naught, disappearing like dust in the wind. Your fame will be as fleeting as firewood beneath the starry sky, lit at dusk, dead by dawn, utterly insignificant.
Oh yeah? Be that as it may, the fires that burn down here blaze more brilliantly than the light of 1,000 stars.
They blaze for but a moment. 100 years from now, your earthly flame will be long snuffed out, and those you once illuminated will be left cowering in the cold and empty night.
Ha! No. They'll remember me in 100 years, just as I remember all of you from centuries ago. That's the thing about firewood. From the embers of a dying flame, a new fire arises, burning bigger and brighter than ever before.
A knight's duty is to save others, not demand things from them. How can one call themselves a knight while placing their hopes in generations to come?
Well, as long as I put an end to you here and now, I won't need to rely on anyone else. Now, show yourself, Roland!
Put an end to me? Your body and mind are already at the limit of what they can bear. It is only a matter of time before they yield and crumble. But if this is your final request... I shall do as you wish, Knight of Boreas.
Huh. You're not quite how I imagined you. You don't seem half as crazed as the memories contained in the wolf spirit.
Not once have I strayed from the righteous path. But when I look at you, I do not see a hero capable of slaying dragons. Just a lost soul who has wandered far too long. A shadow of the knight you once were.
I guess we have that much in common. Neither of us are at our peak.
The Rayhir of Solnari's forces have been defeated. And the Roland you see is but an imperfect image cast by the Abyss. I wield the power that Roland did at his peak, but my heart and mind remain frozen in that blood-stained moment. Therefore, I, in my current form, am flawed. A knight cannot bear their own stagnation. After redeeming you from injustice and guiding your surrender to the abyss, I shall rectify myself and continue to follow the knightly path.
Huh. The world out there can bear no more of your torment. Your obsession, clearly, remains exactly as I had imagined. I suppose there's no chance to make you see the light.
No words can make a knight doubt his convictions, no matter how noble they may sound. Neither of us will sway the other, but you have long known this truth. Otherwise, why would you pin all your hopes on Boreas' single thought? But now the blade that once housed the wolf spirit has been shattered, and all you hold is a phantom that bears its form. You no longer have the means to change the situation, and no one will come to your rescue. This place shall be your graveyard, lonely warrior.
Huh. Maybe you're partly right. But I think I might just have a shot at a rescue.
What do you mean?
There's only one person's mind I need to change, and it isn't yours. Forgetting where we are? This is the heart of Andrias, god of the North Wind. Andrias! Can you hear me? Wake up! You are the great god of the North Wind! How long will you allow yourself to suffer the domination of the Abyss?
If this is your final gambit, I am most disappointed, Knight of Boreas. Grand displays of heartfelt wishes cannot summon miracles. This world shows no such mercy to its inhabitants.
Return. Return to the ley lines. This is my choice. My memory. Is this the answer that I found at my journey's end?
Andrias, at long last, I have delivered your token back into your heart.
A Knight of Boreas. Watch on. This is all that a wolf can hope to do for humankind.
On behalf of all humanity, I thank you, Lord of Wolves.
Boreas is returning to the ley lines. But why? Your sword is broken. You no longer have the means to bear his soul. Unless... surely not.
Begging for miracles is a futile endeavor. I know better than that. But a sword is just one kind of vessel. There are other ways to store a soul.
The Dominator of Wolves once bestowed the power of his soul upon his pack, strengthening their hearts and sharpening their claws and fangs.
Even if it is not my intention, the soul of Lupus Majoris will inevitably ravage, devour, and assimilate a mortal heart. As if human and wolf were being forcefully merged into one being.
If a mortal heart is to bear the soul of a god, this is a path that cannot be retraced. Yet, I shall not dissuade a knight from embarking on the quest of his own choosing.
Your heart, your soul, they are collapsing. Now I see.
You were wondering how a lamb could tame the heart of a wolf, isn't that right? Here's my answer. You get the wolf to swallow the heart.
The wolf spirit within the sword was merely a decoy. The true thoughts and memories were carried within your heart. To avoid arousing my suspicion, you deliberately allowed Lupus Majoris' soul to assimilate your own, then be devoured by me. But how did you have the strength to fight while bearing such a great burden?
Compared to Lupus Majoris' decision, my sacrifice is nothing.
You have a stubborn will and employed an exceptional strategy. But this is not the way a true knight fights. The choice you have made is a flawed one. Your soul is now merged with that of Andreas. When he fully joins the ley lines, you too will fall. Neither Barbados nor the Traveler will be able to anchor your soul from within the ley lines, let alone rescue you.
You have lost, and so have I. Regrettably, I can no longer offer you salvation. May your soul rest in peace with Boreas, lonely warrior. You have lost, and so have I. Regrettably, I can no longer offer you salvation. May your soul rest in peace with Boreas, lonely warrior.
Haha! Lonely? Sorry to disappoint you, but as much as it sounded like the perfect ending for both of us to return to the ley lines together, the fact is that, unlike the true Roland of the past, I still have fine wine and good friends to get back to. They're looking forward to my triumphant return. I'm not ready to accept my fate just yet.
Ding dong! You've got mail!
Until I return, I leave them in your care. The Knights of Favonius will always welcome you. Come on! To Mondstadt!
Dear Grandmaster.
To Varka.
To Varka.
Family.
No pig call.
Poetry and letters were humanity's earliest means of expressing their thoughts. Make sure they all get delivered, Outlander who caught the wind.
Grandmaster.
Master.
Varka.
Uncle Varka! He's the right to us!
For Varka.
The thoughts of others anchor you, reversing the assimilation. Using your connections, relying on outside help. This is not the way of a knight. The Abyss can sustain me no longer. But now, countless souls who died unjustly will emerge to prevent your return. If you believe in your path, then grant them release. Carve your way out through bloodshed. Varka, mightiest knight of Boreas.
This is how it ends. Throw the plan out of the window. Fight my way to victory. Well, that suits me just fine!
A knight is always true to their word. So please, keep your promise and return victorious.
You're not alone. Right back at you, Varka.
The north wind blows southward. May it guide you on your journey home.
Leave it all to me!
On me!
There's an ice-cold drink with your name on it. Ready when you are.
Don't go dying in a place like this, Varka.
Fly home to us, Grandmaster!
Walk forward and do not look back.
Varka, now I know the meaning of my name.
After the lengths you've made everyone go for you, you'd better make sure to thank us all properly when you get back.
You know, I have a lot of things to update you on, but they can wait until you're back.
I have no intention of returning to the Knights of Favonius.
but I trust you will find a way to manage on your own.
Grandmaster, we're all waiting for you.
I'm not doing too bad a job as Grandmaster, am I? I'll take that silence as your approval. Everything you swore to protect with your lives, it's all still here, safe and sound. The Knights of Favonius, Mondstadt, and the oath sworn by every knight. I'll protect them all with my life. And so, I'll deliver that letter on your behalf. I know it's just a shadow of the real Roland, but if you have the time, could you please read it for him? Rostam and Arundelen, they never forgot you. Phew. This has been one long expedition. From here on out, I think I'll let the wind lead. Hey everyone, it's been a mighty long time. I'm thrilled to see you all again.
Welcome back, Grandmaster.
Yeah, I'm home. it's been a while since I felt this wind on my face. Just how I remember. So, is there anything you'd like to talk about? Now's your chance before I get dragged off to the office. His sword was just a decoy. I carried his soul in my own heart. That was the plan I was most certain would work. The second half, though, using everyone's thoughts to guide me back out of the ley lines, I wasn't too sure that would work out.
Jokes aside, what would you have done if the Traveler hadn't been able to separate the wolf spirit from Roland's influence?
Initially, I was planning to have Barbados carry out that step. But when I approached him about it, he said there was a much more suitable candidate. The Outlander who caught the wind. Turns out our trust was not misplaced. Thank you. Then, I guess we'd have had to get Barbados to send a wind to blow me back home. But it would have come at a heavy price, and with no guarantee of success. Besides, I'd rather not have him expend that kind of power. It's a good question. A glass of the finest dandelion wine, perhaps? No doubt I'd have to pay for it with a secret stash of cash in my office.
You're dreaming if you think it would have come that cheap.
It's been a while since I felt this wind on my face. Just how I remember. So, is there anything you'd like to talk about? Now's your chance before I get dragged off to the office. Well, with the shadow of Roland vanquished, the Wild Hunt won't be able to consolidate their forces for the foreseeable future. A few knights will remain on rotation at the Nodcry stronghold, but everyone else will be sent home in waves. Albedo and Durin will come back with the first wave, so you should have the chance to see them again soon. It's been a while since I felt this wind on my face. Just how I remember. So, is there anything you'd like to talk about? Now's your chance before I get dragged off to the office. My future. You may already have learned of this from Barbados or the Hexen Circle, but I glimpsed a reflection of the future in Barbarloth's scryglass. Correct. Although, as things stand now, I believe we may have changed the course of the future, thanks in no small part to you. My future? Huh. You may already have learned of this from Barbados or the Hexen Circle, but I glimpsed a reflection of the future in Barbarloth's scryglass. Still, after I've tied up some loose ends with the Knights of Favonius, I'll need to make another trip back north. There's still a lot of work to be done at the Notcry stronghold. Besides, the first group of knights who volunteered to stay there have yet to be relieved of their duty. How could I simply abandon them?
Ah, how noble. But be honest, your main reason for going back to Notcry is so you can dump all your work here on Jean again, isn't it? Wait, seriously?
I'm only pulling your leg. You'll be seeing a lot more of me in Mondstadt from now on. It's been a while since I felt this wind on my face. Just how I remember. So, is there anything you'd like to talk about? Now's your chance before I get dragged off to the office. All right then. I'm gonna stay here and enjoy the breeze for a little longer. For all the wine in the world, there's no feeling as intoxicating as the wind from your hometown after a long time away.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Thank you for completing today's commissions. Here is your reward. Ad Astra Abyssosk. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild.
Yo-Yo's here.
Okay, let's take a walk.
Illusion shot! You Blade, you're up!
You can't run from death.
Stay put!
Mine to wield. That's more like it. Mine to wield.
There is no escape! Flame, a new moon rises. Stay put! Hey, yup!
Can't run from death.
shattered.
You, Glenn, you're up. Don't be scared! I've been waiting for you for ages.
There's still a long...
could be more lucrative.
Now that I've finished all the books that have come out lately, backlog.
Newspapers, anyone? Okay, let's go with this one, and this one. These are all pretty old, huh? Hey, we're buying so many. You can give us a discount, right? And throw those two at the back into the bundle too. Come on, you've put them out for ages and nobody's bought them anyway. We'll give them a home at half off.
Thank you, Yehoda.
No biggie. It's just a few fairy tale books. Easy peasy. Plus, with me around, you can be sure you're not getting ripped off. But, dude, seriously? What are you gonna do with all these? Read them yourself?
I also want to bring them to Hat Guy. He probably hasn't read these books either.
All right, you two really get along, huh? These books are all packed. Here, take them. I've got some things to take care of, so I'll head off now.
Thank you, Yehoda.
Thanking me once is enough. Anyway, I'm going. Catch you next time.
So, the wires go here, then there, then here, and then... Ta-da! All done! See? Super easy peasy, right?
Why on earth am I here at this class? Where's Flint? We agreed to come together. Right. I understand. I've gotten written down. All of it.
Writing it down won't do any good. Last time you said you had it memorized, but today you showed up and forgot everything again. Enough. Confiscate his notebook. You're writing it down from memory now.
What? Wait, let me take one more look.
You have taken multiple looks, but every look is directed somewhere different. I presume that you are attempting to find methods to evade the lesson. Such efforts are futile. All such methods have been rendered ineffective.
But I haven't even said anything.
Your eyes indicate your intent clearly, Mr. Itlua. For instance, you placed a partially finished crumb-cake in our workshop stove ahead of time. I hypothesized that your plan was to secretly take it out during the practical class to draw Aino's attention. However, I have already removed that crumb-cake. It can be reheated for consumption after class.
How on earth did you find out?
Mr. Flynn's has already executed this method once.
What? Flynn's told me he hid his crumb-cake in the cabinet. How come he hid it in the stove, too?
Also, you were carrying a bag of crushed small fish, Mr. Itlua. I believe that was an attempt to lure stray cats along the roadside as you walked. You would put the bag under your feet, the kittens would gather around you. Afterwards, you would pick one up and exclaim, "Huh! What a cute kitten!" Upon which Aino's attention would be drawn accordingly. Unfortunately, Mr. Flint has also tried this method before.
Impossible! All small animals are afraid of Flint. They wouldn't dare to get close to him. How in the world?
While he did not lure the small animals here himself, he taught this method to Aino. Subsequently, Aino utilized this method to play with the small animals for an entire afternoon. The lesson for that day had to be canceled. This time, however, I have already fed all the small animals present in the area. Therefore, this method will also be ineffective.
What do you mean you fed all the animals around here? Even the deer and birds?
Affirmative. In order to preserve the learning environment, I have already fed all the small animals located within the vicinity. Every individual has been attended to. As such, please start writing down the circuit diagram we just covered.
Mr. Itlua. I apologize for intruding upon your studies. Greetings to you all, Miss Aino, Miss Anefa, Mr. Traveler, Paimon.
He's here! The truant is here!
It is with great regret that I find myself unable to attend your enlightening lectures. However, a matter of absolute urgency necessitates both my own departure and Mr. Itlua's temporary withdrawal from this gathering.
The same non-negotiable reason has again been invoked. A matter of absolute urgency by order of headquarters.
Such is life, full of non-negotiable frustrations. Indeed, that is why we term them so. For they have a frustrating habit of arriving at the most inopportune of moments, catching us quite off guard. Now, young master, let us be on our way. Mr. Flint's, none of those tricks you mentioned earlier worked. I'm very sorry to hear that. I'll make sure to share some new ones with you next time. Just a pity that after what just happened, another one of my best ones is now off the table for the foreseeable future.
Well, guess we're done. Can I eat krumkake now, Inefa?
All right. The lecture has concluded, so I'll go heat up the krumkake. Please give me a moment, Aino.
Yay! Krumkake, krumkake, krumkake! Well, guess we're done. Can I eat krumkake now, Inefa?
All right. The lecture has concluded, so I'll go heat up the krumkake. Please give me a moment, Aino.
Yay! Krumkake, krumkake, krumkake!
Yes, just like that. This will be more than enough to assassinate Varka. I'm going to assassinate Varka. I need ideas for assassinating the Grand Master. I went over this with Alice a long while ago. She stands with me, and has even offered several ideas on how I might take him out. Of all her suggestions, this one seemed the most promising. Bring a full cart of Mondstadt's newest dandelion wine all the way here, and then, before Varka's very eyes, tip the entire cart over the cliff. Perhaps the monumental, overwhelming grief will make him collapse, or go drown himself in whatever other wine he can find.
That doesn't sound like it'll work. Wait, no! Don't even think about doing something so horrible.
When writing a novel, the author, naturally, seeks to be as extravagant as possible, especially when writing detective novels. If the opening lacks a striking turn, how is the rest of the plot meant to unfold? Alas, this will be my final attempt at writing detective novels. Oh, I suppose they call them crime novels in Inazuma. In any case, they all tell of crime. There's hardly a meaningful distinction. I also discussed it with Barbie, but our novel writing sessions always evolve into crime planning sessions. Methods of crime and puzzles of deduction. We have explored plenty of those, yet the plot would not advance. The Angel Killer case. Try as they might, the culprit remained elusive. The desperate detective rushed into the crowd, then shouted the revered names of the 4 great rulers at the sky. Whoosh! Pitter patter. Boom! Detective and murderer reduced to ash.
What kind of writing is that? Doesn't that leave no room for deduction at all?
Of course there is. It was only through painstaking deduction that the detective finally discovered the names of the 4 great rulers, learning also that shouting them at the sky would inevitably reduce one to ash. My point exactly. Simply deducing who the culprit is has become dreadfully unoriginal. The subject of one's deductions must be something more creative. I even thought of having a Seelie detective, an angel who, longing to become a detective, became a Seelie, and by some twist of fate, ended up as a detective's assistant. All Seelies love to guide people, so this one went about leading the detective from case to case. I found the idea rather interesting. Come to think of it, the Seelie detective and the angel killer case seem far more interesting than assassinating the Grand Master. Never mind, guess I'll move on to work on that idea then. It's precisely because I overthink every little detail that I've lost interest in continuing. Not to mention the mountain of words I'll have to write. The very thought of penning all those words. Oh, what a hassle. And I can't even get a ghostwriter for this one. I'll just work on the angel killer case instead. But how might the detective deduce the truth? Perhaps he could have a conveniently informative dream. Seelie detective. Hold on. Why not have the Seelie guide that detective to assassinate the Grand Master instead?
de auidos caste mene en the de caste mene cloendo clo melos de legion endo hielo haude
Hosted
Endo Thank you.